Hello, I am Tennell Atkins, proudly representing District 8. Thank you for joining me today on this episode of Dallas District 8 Update. We will be discussing public work project happening in our district, code compliance service, effort in District 8, sanitation service, and how to get in contact with them, how to take advantage of the 311 service, an update on all Dallas Animal Service. My first guest today is Assistant City Manager, Dr. Robert Perez.
Thank you for having me this morning. The City of Dallas Public Works Department is responsible for the construction, maintenance, and oversight of all the city streets, sidewalks, alleys, and bridges. We work in collaboration with several departments in order to accomplish that. We do provide a lot of services such as street sweeping, and we also do a lot of mowing and maintenance of the city's right-of-ways, as well as TxDOT's right-of-ways. Additionally, I will say we're also very much involved in emergency management with all the rains and all the storms. You would have seen a lot of our partners out cutting trees that had fallen into the city's right-of-way, into the sidewalks and the streets. The last few weeks with a lot of the flooding, we're out putting out barricades, ensuring public safety for the community to make sure that people didn't drive into high water.
What does the future hold for public works?
I guess one of the big programs that we put forward in recent years was the Sidewalk Master Plan. So as we continue moving forward, we'll continue refining a number of those plans. We also manage the city's infrastructure management program, which is the rolling 5-year list of maintenance projects. You also see the department involved in coordination with the city's Office of Bond and Construction Management, will be development of the 2024 bond. You also see a number of smart cities type applications that Public Works will be working on, such as utilizing our streetlights to help provide community Wi-Fi, also putting up some AI-enabled cameras that can catch a lot of issues that the city deals with.
Are there current projects specifically in District 8?
As part of that 5-year IMP and as part of the 2017 bond, as well as other bond programs, the department is out there constructing a lot of those. Some of those would be some sidewalk sections along Antoinette Street and Elam Road. We're going to continue working with your office to refine and design a number of improvements in the 5-mile community that should also go into construction within the next year.
Again, there are so many projects. Again, thank you, Dr. Perez, for your time. And when we return, we will chat with Assistant City Manager Carl Simpson about code compliance initiative in District 8. Welcome back. Now joining me is Assistant City Manager Carl Simpson, who among other responsibilities oversees the City Code Compliance Service. How can residents report illegal dumping or other code concerns?
Thank you, Council Member. Residents can report illegal dumping and other code concerns by calling 311. They can also use the city's app if they have that available to them as well. After a resident gets an SR number, they can then call the illegal dumping hotline at 214-671-CODE to follow up on that request to see where it is in the system. Residents can call Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and there'll be someone there to answer that call.
We talk about all of those different things. Tell me more about code community cleaning events.
So Code Compliance Services has had a presence in District 8 with the department cleanup efforts over the last few months. Spearheaded by Code's Community Clean event in March held at Mount Tabor Baptist Church, where over 33,000 pounds of trash were removed and collected. Also, 5,000 pounds of documents were safely shredded and 1,000 pounds of hazardous waste was collected. Code also helps with neighborhood cleanups, such as one conducted in Singing Hills, Hidden Valley area. The project involved performing a cleanup surrounding the UNT area in preparation for the mayor's summer safety event. In conjunction with Code's Service First, Community Courts, and Jackie Miles with South Central Patrol Division. So Code's performed several events in D8 that we call sweeps. These are intended to address violations. Those were the Arden Terrace neighborhood sweep, 5-mile Cigarette Heights sweep, and the Polk Terrace sweep.
Is there any further information you would like to provide about code service?
The department's efforts couldn't be possible without the residents in your district. and we really appreciate what they bring to the table as a partnership.
Thank you. We are going to take a quick break, and when we return, we will talk about sanitation service, trash and recycling pickup. We will be right back. Thank you. Welcome back. I am with Assistant City Manager Carl Simpson. So let's talk sanitation. What is the sanitation department responsible for?
The sanitation department provides collection services for trash, bulky item collections, and recycling.
Where does the city deposit of that collection?
The City of Dallas residents can use the McComas Bluff sanitation disposal location where they can bring household items to dispose of them when they feel it necessary.
How can residents report issue with their collection?
The sanitation outreach team is available to attend and or speak at community events. They can be contacted at sanoutreach@dallascityhall.com. For missed collections, replacement of roll carts, and other service requests, fill out a 311 service request with our 311 department.
Is there any information you would like to provide about sanitation service?
Please visit the Dallas Sanitation website at dallascityhall.com sanitation to learn about all the sanitation department's services, find out your collection dates, and sign up for notifications.
Okay, we're going to take another short break. When we return, we will be discussing 311. Welcome back. Assistant City Manager Simpson, what is the 311 department responsible for?
311 is the phone number to contact the City of Dallas to report non-emergency issues, such as potholes, loose animals, code issues, and etc. We are open 24/7, 365 days a year, and if you're outside of the City of Dallas or outside the city limits, you can dial 214-670-3111.
How can a resident submit a request?
The quickest way to submit a request for city service is to use the free Our Dallas mobile app or via our website, dallas.gov. Submitted service requests are routed to the appropriate city department to respond to the request. If you use our Dallas app to submit your service request, then you will automatically receive notifications stating what actions have been taken by the responding department.
Does 311 conduct community engagement?
The City Hall on the Go van used by the 311 outreach team is equipped with laptops, Wi-Fi for our customers to use to conduct city business, such as paying the water bill, ordering a birth certificate, or requesting a garage sale permit, or submitting service requests. The City Hall on the Go van visits libraries, recreation centers, and City Council community offices in all 14 council districts.
Thank you for that information. When we return for our last break, we will talk about Dallas Animal Service. Welcome back. Finally today, we are going to talk about Dallas Animal Service. Tell us a little about DAS.
DAS has hundreds of pets of all breeds and sizes in need of new homes and is open 7 days a week for adoptions at 1818 North Westmoreland Road. Available pets can be viewed at bdallas90.org. If residents have lost their pet, they should visit bdallas90.org and visit the shelter in person at 1818 North Westmoreland Road to search for their pet.
What issues is the department currently facing?
The Dallas area is seeing an increase in cases of distemper, a dangerous, contagious illness spread between dogs and wildlife. Distemper can be prevented by vaccinating your dog each year. DAS offers low-cost vaccine clinics monthly and has partners that offer them more often. For more information, visit bdallas90.org.
Is there any advice for residents on how to keep their pet safe?
It is important that residents keep their pets confined at all times. either in their home, in a secure fence enclosure, or on leash. This helps keep their pet and their community safe. If residents see coyotes, they should call the DAS Coyote Hotline at 469-676-9813 to make a report. DAS works to track coyote sightings to identify any abnormal, escalating behavior that needs to be addressed.
Thank you for all of your time today. And thank you for watching. Remember, you can find out more about our city service or reach out directly to my office, District 8 at DallasCityHall.com, or call me at 214-670-4066. Have a great day.